The March 3rd primaries in Texas and North Carolina are finished, and if you're a moderate or independent voter like me, the question remains, will the parties move to the middle to win your vote, or double down on the fringes? Let's break down three things you need to know. First, let's look at the Democrats. In Texas, they made a high-stakes choice for U.S. Senate. They bypassed the confrontational style of Jasmine Crockett and instead chose State Representative James Talarico. Talarico is a former teacher and seminarian who talks about a politics of love and finding common ground. He is actively trying to speak a language that resonates in the suburbs. Combine that with North Carolina, where Democrats chose former Governor Roy Cooper, who has proven he can win in a red state, and you see a clear pattern. Democratic voters are betting that pragmatic and stable is the way to win independent voters who will decide the close elections in November. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, it's a street fight. In Texas, four-term incumbent Senator John Cornyn was up against scandal-ridden Attorney General Ken Paxton, who is a favorite of MAGA hardliners. The race now is headed to a May 26th runoff, as neither received over 50% of the vote. But here's where it gets interesting. President Trump stayed neutral during the primary, but following the results, he posted on Truth Social that the primary must stop now for the good of the party. He announced that he'll endorse a candidate soon and, in classic fashion, said he expects the other candidate to drop out immediately. Most commentators expect Trump to back Cornyn. Why? Because Paxton's controversial history is seen as a massive liability in a general election against a moderate like Talarico. The GOP is terrified of spending $100 million on an internal fight while Talarico builds momentum in the center. We'll see if Trump's unity move actually works or just pours gasoline on the fire. Finally, keep an eye on the how. In Texas, Dallas GOP officials changed the rules to require voters to vote at local precincts instead of at the usual countywide polling sites. As a result, there was mass confusion as hundreds of voters showed up at the wrong polling places. If you're a moderate who just wants a functional, drama-free democracy, Tuesday was a warning. When the rules of the game are a moving target, everyone loses. Expect more legal battles over the process before we even get to the politics this fall. And the bottom line? Democrats are appealing to the center while Republican infighting is on the rise. And if you're tired of the circus, remember, the parties pick the candidates, but we pick the winners in November. I'm Doug Wentz for Make Moderates Matter. Please subscribe and comment to keep the conversation going.